So what we're going to do today is we're going to do the spark plugs on this 2014 Tiguan. It's an R-Line. So I went to my friend public library, the Chilton Library here, and spark plug replaced. So here's what we're going to need. My tools over here, they're so organized. You're going to need your spark plug removal socket, some extension. Just got a little 3/8 ratchet, and then you're going to need to torque it down. So I got my torque wrench here. Also, what I'm using to get the ignition coils loose is a screwdriver. I'm sure there's probably a proper tool, but the instructions show also this ignition coil removal tool, which I don't have. But what is important here is it says to pull off spark plugs, place ignition coil on the topmost thick rib arrow of ignition coils with power output stated. So you'll see when we get in there, basically what I've done is I'll just use my screwdriver up under this top rib there. I won't get down here because apparently that can cause damage. Alright, so then we're going to but before we pull those off, we have to disconnect the connections to the ignition coils, and I'll show you how to do that. Those were kind of stuck a little bit and they seem kind of fragile. Alright, so let's just get in there and get started. So to take this off, this is just kind of snapped on, so you just seems like it's snapped in each corner. Just pull that off. Just want to clean that because that is pretty. Alright, so now what we got to do is remove these clips. And I've already broken them loose, but I mean they were kind of stuck on there pretty good, and all you've got is this little plastic clip that pops up a little bracket. So you can see here there's that little tab, so you're basically just popping this up off of the tab. So I just gently, screwdriver, I just kind of gently massaged it a little bit like this and kind of broke. You can hear it pop when it breaks loose, but I sprayed a little compressed air in there to try to clean it out, and that seemed to help pop it loose. So once you get those popped loose, I'm just gonna pull it back, set that there. I just did not want to break these little clips. Let's see if we can see how it works here. Yeah, you can see as you pull up on the clip here in the back like this, it pushes that up. So we want to be gentle with that. Alright, so now here's our ignition coils, I guess is what these are. So the instructions tell us to use this ignition coil puller, but we're just going to make sure that we are only messing with that top rib. And I'm just going to be very gentle because I really don't want to scar this at all. So I'm just going to pry and pull as I pry from underneath, pulling with my fingers more than I'm prying. And it just pops out. Alright, so here's one on the far left. I don't know that it matters, but I'm going to keep these in order from left to right. Alright, I'm going to set them right here. So this one is the far left. Alright, so I don't know if I've got any leverage here. I think the easiest thing to do is just get both hands up under there and just pull up from the bottom. That way I don't damage anything. This one's harder to get my hands under there. There it goes. And then just pop out. And let's see here. Alright. Alright, so we got our extension, spark plug removal socket. I'm just going to drop it in there. Get it on there. Pull that sucker out. Go. Okay, alright, we got one on the far left out. I'm trying to be very careful. I tried to clean around here, but I don't know if I did a very good job. I'm just trying to be very careful not to get anything in this cylinder head. That did not feel in there to the correct torque specification. Oh man. Alright, number 2. Alright, now let's do number 1. What that means that there's oil on the coming out of, it looks like it's burnt oil that's coming out of the spark plug hole. What's that mean? Let's get the last one here. These things are all in here, so oh my gosh, well, this one's really in there. There it goes. I'm glad I'm just gonna get new plugs in here to get the correct torque, because they were all very differently tightened down. Probably the original ones. Alright. Alright, number 4, same thing. Look at this. Look at that, that's got like fresh oil on it. That don't seem good, does it? Look at that. Look at all that oil. What's that mean, y'all? What's that mean if I've got oil on the spark plugs? That means we got a oil leak in the cylinder somewhere, don't it? That's for that's a question for somebody that knows what's going on. Alright guys, so we're just gonna gently put this down in there, and we're gonna finger thread it in. There we go. Number 1 in there. I want you to see the difference between these new spark plugs and them old ones. Let me show you what nice and clean this is compared to this. Look at that. I reckon it was time to change these things. Look at that. Alright, gonna drop this one in. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Gently thread it on. See if I can get my, there we go. The socket's coming out nice now. So, now that we've got them in there, we got to, I looked up the torque specifications, and and it's 25 Newton meters. So to convert, I put the conversion into foot pounds is 18.4 foot pounds. Let's torque this baby down. Go. Torque down. There's these that were in there were definitely not torqued to spec. I'm just gonna go slow, slow, slow. Getting close. And it came out that time. We're just going to drop our ignition coils back in the direction we took them out. So it's going to go here. Push it in. Kind of sets down in there, a little click. Three and number 4. Alright, now let's snap this back on. That should be all there is to it, right? Should get a little snap. There it is. Snap. Okay, so let's start it up, see what happens. All right, let's see what happens. Hope I didn't break anything. Okay. Sounds good to me, y'all. Make sure we didn't throw any codes or anything. Nope, didn't throw any codes. Alright, we're just gonna pop the engine cover back on, but not before I clean it. That's it, guys. That's how you do the spark plugs on the 2014 Tiguan. Was not that difficult of a job.